नहीं तो उठा के ले चलो, मैं भी बर्थडे वाला केक खाऊंगा। तू घुइयां ले ले कमीनी बिल्ली। अरे चिंकी जल्दी दौड़ के ले चल बाबू को। देखिए केक पिघल रहा है धीरे धीरे। क्या केक पिघल रहा है? अरे जल्दी चलो रे दादा, नहीं तो मेरा बर्थडे वाला केक पिघल जाएगा। केक को लेकर दौड़ चिंटू। अरे वो दोनों तो केक को लेकर चले गए। अब मैं केक कैसे खाऊंगा? मैं उठ भी नहीं पा रहा हूँ।
ओहो, वहाँ पर एक बिल्ली गिरी हुई है जमीन पर। अब तो मैं उसे आसानी से खा जाऊंगा, वो भाग भी नहीं पाएगी। बड़ा मजा आएगा बिल्ली को खाने में।
अरे बाप रे, वो कुत्ता मेरी तरफ दौड़ते हुए क्यों आ रहा है?
बोल बिल्ली, अब किधर से खाना चालू करूँ तुझे?
नहीं नहीं, मुझे मत काटना कुत्ता भाई, मैं बहुत बीमार हूँ।
लेकिन मैं तो तुझे खाऊंगा। मैं 10 दिनों से भूखा हूँ, मैंने कुछ भी नहीं खाया है।
नहीं नहीं, मुझे मत खाओ। तुम मुझे उठा कर ले चलो एक जगह, तो मैं तुम्हें वहाँ एक बड़ा आइसक्रीम वाला केक दूंगा खाने के लिए।
क्या आइसक्रीम वाला केक? उसे तो बड़ा मजा आएगा खाने में।
तो जल्दी मुझे ले चलो उठाकर। हम उस लड़के का केक काटने से पहले ही उस लड़के का केक लेकर भाग जाएंगे और दोनों मिल बांट कर खाएंगे।
तो चलो जल्दी आ जाओ मेरे पीठ पर, मैं तुम्हें लेके चलता हूँ बर्थडे वाला केक खाने के लिए।
अब दौड़ के जल्दी चलो पिल्ला भाई। हम घर आ गए, हम घर आ गए। देखो चिंटू और चिंकी, अब जल्दी से चलो अंदर। ढेर सारे रसगुल्ले मेरा इंतजार कर रहे हैं। हाँ चलते हैं अंदर। मैं तो बस केक खाऊंगा पेट भर भर के। अरे मम्मी तो जमीन पर ही सो गई हमारा इंतजार करते करते। चल अब उतर नीचे बाबू। अरे माई रे, सारा रसगुल्ला कहाँ चला गया? कौन भूखड़ खा गया रे दादा? अब मैं अपना बर्थडे कैसे मनाऊंगा? अरे कौन रो रहा है मेरे घर में आकर? मम्मी, इस प्लेट का सारा रसगुल्ला कहाँ चला गया? तू चल केक को काट के अपना बर्थडे मना, रसगुल्ला को छोड़। हाँ जल्दी केक को काट बाबू, मुझे इसे खाना है। अरे पहले टेबल पर तो रख दे केक को चिंटू। पहले मेरा सारा रसगुल्ला लेकर आओ, फिर मैं अपना बर्थडे मनाऊंगा केक काट कर। वो पूरा रसगुल्ला मैं खा गई। क्या? चल रोना बंद कर और केक को काट जल्दी। नहीं नहीं, बिना रसगुल्ला के मैं केक नहीं काटूंगा। क्या?
अब कहाँ जाना है बिल्ली केक खाने के लिए?
उस घर में चलो पिल्ला भाई।
अगर आइसक्रीम वाला केक नहीं मिला ना मुझे, तो मैं तुझे ही खा जाऊंगा बिल्ली, समझी?
अरे जल्दी चलो घर में, नहीं तो पूरा केक खत्म हो जाएगा।
हाँ चलते हैं।
जल्दी से रसगुल्ला बनाओ ढेर सारा, नहीं तो मैं घर से भाग जाऊंगा दोबारा। तुम सब डीजे पर नाचो, मैं फिर से रसगुल्ला बना कर लाती हूँ। बाबू और चिंटू चलो डीजे पर नाचते हैं। तुम दोनों ही नाचो, मुझे तो बस केक खाना है। हाय कितना अच्छा और मीठा दिख रहा है केक। चल चिंकी, हम नाचते हैं डीजे पर। हाँ जल्दी चल। वहाँ देखो पिल्ला भाई, कितना बड़ा केक है।
ओहो, मेरे तो मुंह में पानी आने लगा उस मीठे केक को देखकर।
तो कैसे हम उस केक को खाएंगे पिल्ला भाई?
देख बिल्ली, वो दोनों नाच रहे हैं। अब हम चुपके से उस केक को लेकर भाग जाएंगे।
अरे वो केक कब आएगा रे तू मेरे मुंह में? पिल्ला भाई अब चुपके से घर के अंदर चलो और हम वहाँ से वो बड़ा केक लेकर भाग जाते हैं।
हाँ चलो चुपके से चलते हैं।
कितना मजा आ रहा है चिंकी डीजे पर नाचते हुए। चिंटू तुम भी आओ ना हमारे साथ डीजे पर नाच ले।
को पकड़ बिल्ली, मैं भागता हूँ।
The worst thing about betrayal is not the pain itself. It's the moment when your heart already knows the truth before your mind accepts it. That night, I sat alone in a quiet room, holding my phone like it weighed 1,000 pounds. The screen glowed softly, but the words on it felt sharp. One message, one name. One sentence that destroyed months of trust in a single second. I remember staring at the wall, not moving, not breathing properly, just listening to my own heartbeat slow down. People think betrayal comes with noise, shouting, tears, chaos. But real betrayal arrives quietly. It sits next to you. It pretends nothing is wrong. And the worst part of all was this simple truth. I had seen this before. I had felt this pain before. And yet I had allowed it to happen again. This was not the first betrayal. This was the second. And somehow it hurt deeper than the first. Because this time I had no one to blame but myself, before everything broke. Before trust became something I feared, there was a time when Daniel felt like the safest place in the world. I met him when I was lost in my own life. I had just finished college, full of ideas but unsure how to turn them into something real. Everyone around me seemed confident, successful, moving forward, while I felt stuck, standing still, afraid of making the wrong move. Daniel came into my life like certainty. He spoke calmly. He listened carefully. He made me feel like my thoughts mattered. He remembered the small things I mentioned once and forgot myself. My favorite coffee. The way I avoided crowds. The dreams I laughed off because I was scared to chase them. With him, I felt seen. And when someone sees you during your weakest moments, trust grows fast. Too fast. At first, everything felt perfect. Daniel encouraged my ideas, praised my work, and spoke about my future like it was something already decided. He told me I had talent. He told me I just needed guidance. He told me he believed in me more than anyone else ever had. I didn't notice how often he asked questions about my plans. I didn't question why he wanted details about my projects, my contacts, my progress. I thought it was support. I thought it was love. Looking back now, I understand something clearly. He didn't fall in love with me. He fell in love with what I could give him. The first warning signs were small enough to ignore. He canceled plans at the last minute, always with a smooth excuse. Work pressure, family stress, bad timing. His phone never left his side, always face down, always silent. When I asked, he smiled and said I worried too much. And I believed him, because love makes you doubt your instincts. It convinces you that your fear is the problem, not the behavior. The first lie he told wasn't dramatic. It wasn't shocking. It was unnecessary. And unnecessary lies are the most dangerous ones. Still, I stayed. I wanted to believe that trust could fix anything. The first betrayal didn't come from him directly. It came from someone else. A mutual friend pulled me aside one evening, looking uncomfortable, nervous. She told me she didn't want to hurt me, but she couldn't stay silent anymore. Daniel had been presenting my ideas as his own. My work, my plans. He had been sharing them with people who could help him grow. People who believed those ideas were his. At first, I refused to accept it. I confronted him, hoping he would deny everything. He didn't. He looked calm, almost annoyed. He said he didn't think it would matter. That sentence shattered something inside me. It wasn't just what he did. It was how little it meant to him. That night I walked away. I blocked his number. I cut all contact. I told myself I was done. The months without Daniel were painful, but they were honest. I rebuilt myself slowly. I focused on my work. I trusted my instincts again. I learned how to stand alone. There were nights I missed him, but there were more nights where I felt proud of myself for leaving. I thought the lesson was learned. I thought the story was over. I was wrong. 6 months later, Daniel came back. He looked different, less confident, less polished. He told me life had fallen apart after I left. He lost opportunities. He lost people who trusted him. He said losing me forced him to see who he really was. He apologized again and again. Not rushed apologies. Careful ones. Emotional ones. He promised he would spend the rest of his life fixing what he broke. I wanted to believe him. I wanted to believe people could change. I told myself forgiveness was strength. I convinced myself that holding on to anger only hurts you. Against my better judgment, I opened the door again. For a while, everything felt better. Daniel was careful with his words. More open, more supportive. He spoke about the future like it was something we would build together. That's the most dangerous part of any story. The moment you believe the worst is behind you. Because betrayal doesn't always rush back. Sometimes it waits. Sometimes it learns. Sometimes it comes back smarter. The second betrayal didn't explode. It unfolded quietly. That night, the room was silent. My phone buzzed once. Just once. I looked down and saw a name I recognized instantly. My hands went cold. I opened the message, and there it was. A conversation not meant for me. A plan already in motion. One line burned into my memory. She has no idea. In that moment, something inside me changed. I didn't cry. I didn't panic. I felt calm. Too calm. That was when I understood the truth. He didn't just betray me again. This time, he planned it. Daniel had been using my work again. But now, he was doing more than that. He was preparing to walk away with everything. The contacts, the credit, the future I had built. He thought I was blind. He thought I was weak. And that was his biggest mistake. Because betrayal teaches you something powerful. It teaches you how to see clearly. I didn't confront him. Not yet, I smiled. I acted normal. I listened more than I spoke. I watched every move he made. I saved every message. I documented every detail. I stopped reacting emotionally and started thinking strategically. Revenge doesn't begin with anger. It begins with patience. While Daniel believed he was in control, I was quietly taking my power back. I reached out to the people he had been speaking to. Not with accusations, with clarity. I shared proof, calmly, respectfully. I let the truth speak for itself. One by one, doors began to close for him. Meetings got canceled. Calls stopped coming. His confidence started slipping. He didn't know why things were falling apart. He didn't know it was me. And that was the point. The final confrontation didn't happen in anger. It happened in silence. I placed everything in front of him. The messages, the proof, the plans he thought were secret. He tried to speak, tried to explain, but there was nothing left to say. The truth stood between us, heavy and undeniable. For the first time, he looked small, not powerful, not confident, just exposed. I didn't shout. I didn't insult him. I didn't need to. I walked away, this time not broken, this time complete. Daniel lost the trust of everyone he tried to use. I walked forward with my integrity intact. My life didn't change overnight, but it changed permanently. Betrayal didn't destroy me. It refined me. It taught me the value of boundaries. It showed me the strength of silence. It reminded me that revenge doesn't have to be loud to be effective. Sometimes, the greatest justice is simply letting the truth take its place. If there's one lesson I learned, it's this. Never confuse apologies with change. Never mistake charm for loyalty. And never give someone a third chance to show you who they really are. Betrayal may break your heart, but it also opens your eyes. And once you see clearly, no one can control you again.